All right, we're going to show you how to replace most toilet seats. Firstly, when you're buying a toilet seat replacement, you have to remember that there are two types of toilet seats, chiefly. One is going to be an elongated, more of as you can tell, this is longer in the length than it is in the width. And then there are others that are rounded. I'm going to pause it and get to one of those. Okay, for others, this, as you can see, is much rounder and shorter. And that's typically for what would be a more rounded toilet seat versus an elongated version. But we're going to replace the elongated one in the other room, but the concept is the same. Okay, here we are back again. The other thing you have to consider is the color. Obviously, you don't want off-white if you want a stark white, and some are brown and some are different colors, and you can find them at Home Depot and Lowe's and places like that, or online. Just know that the shape and color that you're looking for. Now in this particular case we have a breach. This one cracked. But I want you to notice something about this particular toilet seat. It's what we call a slow closer. It doesn't slam, which is awesome, but others do, so that's another consideration when you buy a toilet seat replacement. Do you want a slow closer or something that'll just, if you let it go, just slams down? And that's basically your choices here. Now, as far as removing the old toilet seat, most of these will have some sort of, either from the back here or from the side, but in this case it's the back. It flips up, and in this case exposes metal screws. Many times it's not a metal screw, it is a nylon bolt, but it serves the same function to connect the toilet seat to the porcelain bowl itself here. On the bottom, you're going to see various things. In this case, a nylon nut. And that's what actually tightens the toilet seat. You rotate that clockwise to make it tighter, and sometimes you'll need to put a screwdriver there, whether it's a nylon bolt or a metal bolt like this one, in order to secure it so it doesn't move as you're tightening that nut. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove it by getting a screwdriver, and I'm going to pause it. Okay, in this case it's a Phillips head screwdriver like this one, okay, and it's going to fit right into the screw like so. And as we hold that, we're going to turn that little nut right there counterclockwise to remove it. Now I don't think I can do that holding this phone, but let's see. Okay, it's not coming. So what we're going to do is we're going to try the screwdriver first and loosen it that way. Again, counterclockwise. And that is coming out nicely. Now we're going to go back over here and we're going to loosen that counterclockwise while holding the screw with my finger in this case, or the screwdriver if you have both hands, more readily available. You're going to remove that. Oops, there goes my light. Okay, so we did that, and that screw will pop out really easily. We're going to do the same thing with the other one, but I'm not going to bore you with it. It's exactly the same way. We're going to put the screwdriver in, turn it counterclockwise to the left as it's facing us, and then as it breaks loose from the nut, the nylon nut underneath, and then I'm going to pause it while I take that off because it's the exact same procedure. Okay, so I've removed the nut on the left, and the nut on the right fell off. See, we have both of them now. And now these screws aren't holding on to anything, so the toilet seat should lift right out. Be careful not to allow the bolts to fall into the toilet. So So see, it comes right off. Those are the two holes they go into. Okay, now we're going to reuse, or try to reuse, these bolts. And they're not the ones that the toilet seat came with. So it's possible that once we unscrew it, get these bolts out of there. It seems to be easier said than done for some reason. Okay. Yeah, that's specific to that toilet seat. Okay, these bolts may not be long enough. We're going to find out. If you have to buy a different set of connectors, again at Home Depot, in the same toilet seat department, you can find the longer or shorter nylon or bolt connectors specifically for the toilet job. Okay, so here's the new toilet seat. And as you can see, it's got holes. The covers are reversed to the other one that we took off. It doesn't matter. So we're going to put the toilet seat back on here and line up the holes like that. And we're going to see what the measurement looks like and see if we have to buy new bolts. It comes through, but I'm not happy with the way it's sitting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little makeshifty. I'm going to look for a washer that I can put around this nut that will tie this thing down. So I'm going to put you on hold while I do that. Okay, I found some washers that seem to work out here. And again, you won't have to do this because your new toilet seat, unlike mine for some reason, will come with connectors. So if your pre-existing connectors don't work, the new one that comes with the new toilet seat will. But I don't want to go to Home Depot today, so I'm just going to install this with the washer to hold it in place. Also, what should be noted is that I'm using metal with plastic. What does that mean? Metal stronger, plastic not stronger. That means if you over tighten this, I mean, you can break it even with the nylon bolts and the nylon nuts. But you can really break it if you over tighten metal on plastic. So I'm going to be very careful with how much torque I put on this thing. I'm going to get a torque wrench. I'm kidding, for those of you who know what that is. Now I'm just going to tighten it hand tight, a little past hand tight. So the bolts are in there. I'm going to take the nut that we took off, the nylon nut, and I'm going to put it this side. You know, here's the handle, right there. So this one goes below. I'm going to put it back exactly how it came. So, and tighten it clockwise. Okay, so just going to tighten that clockwise. Now the screw is turning with it, so I'm going to have to put some pressure with my finger or a screwdriver in order to keep the bolt from turning as I'm turning this. That's a good video right there, finally. At least part of it. Okay. And do us a favor, hit like and subscribe so that we get some credit for this video. It'd be very nice. We appreciate that. If you'll, get that done now real quick. Now, as you tighten these, you want to make sure that the toilet seat itself is centered. Because as you can see, it moves left and right as it's loose. As you tighten it, you're going to want to make sure that that's centered. That's pretty much self-explanatory. You just have to make sure there's no more hanging over to the left than hanging over to the right. Okay. So I'm going to pause right now and tighten these up. I mean, all I'm going to do is take the screwdriver like so, put it back into the bolt like that, and I'm going to hold the nut from below while I screw this clockwise. So I'm going to get that done. I don't think you need to see that part. Okay, as you can see, it's been reinstalled. It works. Excellent. But this is one of those ones that's not slow closing, so see what happens? Whoa, it's going to fall. So make sure if you want slow closing, which I usually recommend, you get that. This is a padded one, by the way, so it's never cold, ever, no matter how cold it is in the room, which is why we're installing it over a slow closer. Anyway, now that this is like this, we've tightened this up by using the screwdriver to turn this counterclockwise, same thing with this one, while holding that nut underneath so that we get traction and torque. Now we're just going to flip this closed. Same thing with this one. And the job is done. Please like and subscribe again. Well, not again, but I'm asking you again. Thanks very much, and good luck.